opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Going to the air right away, Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
And he takes it across midfield to the 45. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you get that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Trying. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. So big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Lawrence will try again after the pick 6. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Lawrence. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. going to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On third down, Lawrence. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over first and 10.
Let's go now.
On first and 10, it's Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Oh, he fakes a spike. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Love now. There's the former Jaguar, DJ Chark. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They start on the ground, and now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position.
And he loses the football a second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Past the 20, 5, and into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a...
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
It's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 22.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Throwing after the interception. Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to... He's got a man! Complete! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
But so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just tough. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
The end result, 21 yards.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers.
And he'll take this into the end zone and touchdown, Jacksonville.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, his 5th overall. And the Jags have got it back to within a score.
Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after After that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Now Lawrence.
And his throw is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're both on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
On the left side, he finds Beasley.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. They see
touchdown Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Jaguars are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the 1st half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning it into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
99 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a dump off here to Robinson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Play fake. Here's Love. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
And the Jagsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. We're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the 1st down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. This is caught. It's Kirk. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Completes it to Evan Ingram.
Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead now up to 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, you just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chuck. And got his man complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Final play of the half, Love. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has... And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Foyesade American.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and shoot.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Ready. 10 cycles.
A 3-yard loss on the play. It's 4th down.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Rolling to his left, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Williams to return. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
First down, Jaguars.
Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Alex Anzalone drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's going to be trapped inside his own 5. A very curious decision to bring that one out.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. And they are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it was an interception. I think the receivers now are...
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And now here is another interception.
Picked by Chad Muma.
And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball is even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Detroit. 44 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Love from the gun. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, he gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And some room to run now. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone Lions into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal.
On second and goal, Love. And in for the Lions touchdown. DJ Chark, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the 2-score lead. It looked, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And down to the 36-yard line here.
127 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Lawrence on 3rd down. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another toe for Etienne.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Charles, a lot of